And we're back, and we're here for a long haul. We're doing 2 chapters at once. Before we do that, I'm repairing Aya's gear. She might as well have what little decency she can have.
But you can't repair her respect.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do a little weapon upgrading in the middle of the game. Because I want that shotgun. Might as well, at this point of the game, I'm not going to really be getting many weapon levels anyway, so what I see is what I'm going to get. So we go directly for the long barrel first, never use anything but. Capacity, and unfortunately I can't get the last capacity upgrade, which made me sad. But we're going for impact bullets. I can't get the next impact bullet.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. But this is far more powerful than the last shotgun. So, let's dive right into it. No, not the pun that was intended there. Now that I thought about it.
No one would have noticed if you hadn't pointed it out.
I'm sure somebody would have pointed it out. Anyway, as you can see, there's the scenery starting to change more. It's starting to get more gray than white.
Yeah.
A little bit more brown.
Kind of looks like the whole place is covered in barnacles.
Exactly. And strange orifices that I don't want to think about. And a container stuck in the wall. But blue walls, you know what that means. And if you haven't realized it now, the NPC will point it out towards you. Try blowing it up. But why use a grenade when you can use a grenade launcher?
Looks like we got company.
Kind of disappointing how it sinks into the ground.
Yeah. Welcome to the last new enemy of the game.
Yeah, we're saving the best for... Well, who am I kidding? These aren't the best at all.
Actually, they're not that bad, but they're still jerks.
I know, I'd completely forgotten about these guys. Just how memorable they are.
Yeah. This shield, though, you can shoot into pieces, but it's better just to dive into a different person. See? Takes a lot to break that thing. That was in liberation mode.
Seriously, I don't remember a thing about these guys.
Well, the game explains them as a immature queen.
Oh. Nice.
And when it does that, it's regenerating itself, and if you walk into the goo, you'll take damage. Just like with the poison from the stinkers. And, oh, it'll slap you. And that will one-shot barriers too. And, I decided to finish it off. If you do not finish it off with a overdive kill, it'll revive itself, and then you have to kill it again. Only then it'll be in half health. But one feature it has that's really annoying and can screw up your game is that it can turn soldiers into twisted at will. So if you're the last guy left, well, I hope you like using the retry button.
Honestly, I do not remember seeing those guys at all.
This area can be painful as well. As tempted as you may be to destroy that blue barrier, don't. Because it'll protect you from the roller that's going to spend ages trying to break it down. Or you just get stuck and not be able to get to it. Take out the red orbs as fast as possible, and then the wads. Best thing you can do. Then at least on this side you can be somewhat safe from the roller and the beanbag. Ah, I love one-shot staggers. Hey, you can't argue against how good it is.
It's a shotgun.
Yeah, it's a shotgun I can use at a long range.
I refuse to believe.
Oh, you're just seeing me using it at a pretty decent range.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at my cat. Shut up. You're not my real dad.
Well, if you're gonna look at your cat, I'll look at my Rubik's Cube again.
Well, fine then. We're in agreement.
Well, no, I mainly just like the shotgun because considering how many times beanbags show up, and the best cure for a beanbag that's hiding that position when you don't have a sniper is a shotgun. Or Liberation.
6 of 1.
But then again, Liberation works in everything.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm talking about. The roller will just get stuck. This is really the safest place to be.
I think for the most part, if you can try and lure enemies behind architecture, then
Yeah, they'll tend to get stuck.
yeah.
Or at least slow them down. And perfect timing. Soldiers show up, so I don't even need to waste explosives.
Delightful.
Take a quick look around. More of the same. And there's a floor there, but it's really hard to see. It's just dark. It's not a bottomless pit. And then there's this room. If you kill the four,
Orbs?
what's it called? Yeah, the 4 snatchers
Yeah.
too fast, then basically the enemy that'll show up in the end. What's it called? Oh, now I forgot the name of them. The big enemy that we saw just before.
Reaper?
No.
Mudflap?
Mudflap, there we go. Mudflap, thank you. Yeah, the Mudflapper's on its own separate spawn timer, so if you're too slow killing them, you'll have to kill it with Snatchers shooting at you. But if you kill the Snatchers too fast, you're left just kind of sitting there, twiddling your thumbs, going, yeah, any day now. That's usually a problem when you're trying to speedrun it, because you jump in, one-shot everything, and then you have to wait there for 3 or 4 minutes.
On the other hand, this game really does have a problem with pacing, so not really much of a surprise.
Yeah, but there's another reason for that, though. You see those barriers lying about? Well, when you break them, you'll get a soldier's reinforcement that will also now constantly respawn. And there's ammo recharges behind them. So the whole point is you kill the Twisted as fast as you can, and then you can go get reinforcements and ammo pickups and grenade pickups. And then, by the time you're done doing that, usually the Mudflap will have spawned. But, there we go. See? Perfect timing.
Man, I think we're in trouble here.
There's actually an interesting graphical glitch. I believe I forgot to show it off. But in this area, there's a graphical glitch where Aya's hair and head will disappear. There's if you haven't noticed by now, an ambulance stuck in the wall in the back. But no, her hair will basically disappear if you look at a certain texture and with the right camera angle in this room.
That's,
It's right in that corner over there, I believe, if you get close enough. And this is what will happen if you don't finish it off with a overdive kill. Oh, and by the way, it made a slacker. These aren't regular slackers. They have ridiculous amounts of defense. But its soul will jump out, eat a guy, and it's at half health. And it can only do this once. But it'll spit out its usual attack, change people into slackers. The slackers are super tough, but get one-shotted by overdive kills no matter what.
again, I do not remember a single thing about that.
Oh well.
So weird.
So as you can see, now we're starting to look more red and organic as we get further in. This is the next chapter hub for people who don't know this. I decided to go for a second chapter because, oh, well, that was a short chapter. Let's keep going. But, yeah, now blood's starting to drip from the walls. Gore, fleshy looking, 10-car pileups.
This is just nothing that I haven't seen before. I mean, admittedly, I do absolutely love that kind of stuff, but, you know, it's just really tame. Bad forms.
Yeah. Oh, as long as it's not the worms.
Hmm.
Oh. Ho ho! Breaking the fourth wall. I feel like the world's coming apart. Hint hint, telling the player.
Even if you didn't know, it's pretty obvious that this is all building up to the end. And if you didn't know, then clearly you haven't been paying attention to a single thing that's happened. Well, with her being all, OMG, this is my final battles.
Yeah. So, I just don't have enough, I don't think I have enough, points or levels to upgrade my shotgun at this point. That's why I checked. I wasn't entirely sure. Forgot to check. Yeah, I do actually have enough to upgrade a little bit more. So, that's why I went back. So, like, oh, well, I don't believe I have enough, but I didn't look. I remember. And then I got annoyed because I didn't have enough points.
You
Get
made
the
an enemy
next
this day,
bullet
point.
upgrade. Didn't kill enough enemies. I didn't kill enough. They must all die.
Enemies! We need enemies!
And this is when it starts getting brown. Lots of lovely brown. And a huge expansive void if you look up at the ceiling. With rocks floating, cars float. Stuff like that.
Yes, New York's infamous rivers of piss.
But it's actually more like, you know, when you fought the Queen, how everything was kind of like this sort of color and floating around.
Yes, this delightful urine yellow color.
So, this spot. You can actually skip this spot entirely, but I decided I need more experience. I need to kill everything. But you can skip this spot by directly running over and blowing up the wall that you can explode. Then these guys will just disappear. You can blow up the next wall, and that guy will disappear. Otherwise, there will be unlimited spawns. I did not realize this the first time around. But hey, at least I got more bullets for the shotgun. Damn thing runs out of ammo too fast.
It's kind of interesting because you've barely used the assault rifles throughout this play unless it's, you know, one of the other soldiers' weapons. Whereas most people would probably be sticking with assault rifles the entire game.
Well, that's because I learned how awesome the Liberation handguns are. And I really like the shotgun. I have a preference for it than I have preference for the shotguns rather than the assault rifles because of the, again, OMG instant staggers on most enemies.
Yeah.
Whereas the assault rifles, when you get to this point of the game, the assault rifles really start to suck.
I find them pretty serviceable the entire game myself, but
when you get to these enemies that are ridiculously tough, and for example, the rollers who have the frontal shield, and you need to pump out a lot of shots to make up for the burst that a shotgun can do, right? And you don't have much time before they'll just turn around, and then they have the shield facing you again, and you're just wasting ammo.
don't remember having that having too much of a problem myself, but then again, as I said, apparently I've forgotten.
You got to play in the harder difficulties for the rollers'
Yeah.
shields to be up for longer.
And also, apparently, I've forgotten absolutely everything about these sections beyond the final
Well, you know
bosses.
what? I think it's more
Link up.
you didn't want to remember.
Enemy contact.
The gameplay is not bad, right, in these sections. It's just you don't want to remember what was leading up to the really, really horrible parts.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad that I repress memories every now and then.
Yeah, I tend to do that as well. But we got a new weapon.
Even at this late stage in the game, they're tossing guns at you.
Well, that's because they expect, you know, if you want to play it on a harder difficulty, then you should have some weapons so you can play it on the harder difficulty without a problem.
Yeah.
Or rather, rewarding you for playing several playthroughs.
Rewarding you with pain. There's something about that just seems wrong.
And I tried to kill that guy with a stagger, but no can do. Tried to time it right, but there was too much pressure to kill him as fast as possible, and then I screwed up. It can be tricky to time.
Yeah, I can see how they look like young queens.
And not to mention the whole fact that they make more twisted.
See, I think I vaguely remember that.
And, well, I don't know why I just don't overdrive kill to start with. Those are a waste of time.
Yeah.
Oh well. See? Lots of twisted all around me. And, on the hardest difficulty, insane mode, they take no damage from regular weapons aside from explosives and overdrive kills. But on the bright side, they have a they're pitifully easy to stagger.
What seem a bit more sprightly when they're bounding towards you as well. Well, that might just be me.
Well, I guess they're newborn, so they can move faster.
I want to give you hugs. Whee!
Unfortunately, their hugs consist of beating me over the head with a giant blade-like claw.
That's how they show affection.
Well, I'm judging their entire race for showing affection the wrong way.
And you're a horrible person.
I know, and I enjoy it. Yeah, and I was actually worried I had to redo this again and that I die, but that guy spawns and I was like, yeah, oh, just in case I missed a dodge and died horribly. And yeah, more void, more brown, more things floating. And welcome to the last sort of arena gauntlet of the game. This is a pretty long one, actually.
So, if you want to go get a drink or something, that would be a good time.
Because you're basically be seeing rollers, 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 and rollers, and a few mud flaps, and rollers.
And the occasional wad.
No wads, actually.
No, not from the enemies. So not from the mud flaps spawning.
We'll never see a mod again. I mean, a wad again. Not a mod. The mods are gone. Now they've got me. Ah! The wads
No
are
mods.
gone.
No mods, no kings, only worms.
But no, the last regular enemies we'll see are these guys. And 2 mud flaps. I actually don't mind that the mud flaps aren't shown too much, because they really do screw you over. You have like 3 guys left, and then sometimes their AI wigs out, and they just only spam their make another person into a twisted attack. So even sometimes when you have 5 guys, then bam, everybody's a twisted, and if you don't have liberation to save you, well, you're screwed. And yeah, it's basically just instant game over if the AI wigs out.
Kind of felt it would have made more sense if they put in some kind of Praetorian Guard kind of thing rather than juvenile queen.
Yeah. But I mean, queens have to come from somewhere, I guess.
True. It's just it's kind of confusing because there's the queen, and then there's a load of like.
Well, I
many
think
replacements,
the thing is they only need 1 queen per babble, and these juvenile queens are queens from all the other babbles.
You really should have made that a bit clearer as well, then.
Yeah.
But then again, that's kind of a running theme of the game.
But again, this is just reading between lines and all theory.
Yeah. As it is, it just looks like, you know, they've got loads of replacements in case anything happens. It's just kinda
No,
weird.
but if you read in the story, the Babel that was affected when you destroyed the first queen, that Babel was slowly dying off. So they don't replace their queens in Babels.
Oh.
And we got reinforcements, a mounted turret, always nice. By the way, this thing is entirely useless on insane mode since the shields will be up all the time. So you won't be dealing any damage. Ah, so close.
I have to say, by and
Yeah.
large, this is one of the better gauntlets in the game.
At least you don't have to, like, the thing is, the weapons scale, at least, because you're not stuck with a ton of rovers and a satellite cannon that doesn't scale at all. And you have to shoot each of the rovers like 5 times before one will die. And the hard difficulty you have on the more rovers that'll be, so it's just boring. But the trick here really is to try and get the enemies stuck in the respawning barriers. And then just kind of kite them around as barriers respawn. But the second guy that jerk dies, he's dead. Permanently. Also, something you can do with the mud flaps is if you get close enough to them, then they'll start chasing you around. And you can sort of just kite them around the room if you have time for it, and after, I think 10 seconds goes by and it hasn't found a new host, it'll just die. Another thing you can do is actually just let it grab you, but for some reason, I don't know if it's a bug, but it can't kill you, so it'll just kind of land on you and nothing will happen. You don't have to sacrifice one guy. It'll revive itself, but you don't have to sacrifice a guy at least.
Okay, I've changed my mind. This is boring now.
Yeah, it is really just roller after roller after roller after roller. I've gotten into the thing where either A, because I'm playing in easy mode and my weapons deal massive amounts of damage, or B, the enemies are so powerful that the mounted machine turret will not really do much since the shields are up all the time, and once they notice instantly that I'm on the turret, they'll turn around and the shield will be facing me, so I won't be able to do any damage properly. So I've gotten, on normal and hard and sometimes even deadly, it's worth you, and definitely on easy, it's worth using the turret. But I kind of forget that. So it's first now when I ran out of ammo for all the weapons that I actually think about it. I'm like, why did I use that?
Oh yeah, there was a massive fuck-off mounted gun around here somewhere, wasn't there?
Exactly, and there's red orbs there, but you can preemptively destroy them. It's a little bit tricky because it's at such a distance and the bullets spread so much. That one that I just destroyed there was for a mud flap spawn. So one mud flap will spawn, but it won't respawn once I kill it. If I wanted to not overuse, but abuse restock, I could do it. I could totally do it. That wouldn't be fun. Plus the turret's killing off faster anyways. Just gotta make sure they don't focus on the turret.
I think he's more focusing on trying not to die at the moment.
I find it really hard to die at this point in the game because the respawns are so fast. Well, your guys respawn.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking more about the rover. Or brawler, even. Derp.
Yeah, I don't want to fight rovers here without something.
That
to
would be
think about.
fun.
Well, I can kill them one-on-one. It's just
This
actually
game never
pretty
throws
hard.
just one at you. Let's be honest.
If they do throw one at you, there's usually a gimmick to it, or they give you
Yeah.
a turret.
Or they have you run like a bunny.
Yeah. But grenades win the day. Or save the day even.
Yay, grenade.
And you can get one more of these red orbs. And that's for roller spawn. The last one is also for roller. A little hard to get shots in. And plus my PSP thumbstick is, I've abused it a little too much, so it's not as sensitive. Or rather, it's too sensitive.
I got mine second hand, so the stick's always kind of... I know, it felt like the sort of waffle pattern on it had kind of worn off a bit, so...
Yeah, that's one thing I don't really like, is that... Yeah, if you're heavy-handed like me, you'll wear off the thumbstick pretty fast.
Yeah. That, and it's also managed to get a sort of bit of dirt right under the screen.
And,
Really annoying. Oh god, Maid is creaming himself again.
yeah... We don't want to know, Maida. We don't want to know. That's just one of the most creepy lines you could say. I'm gonna compare it to you. I feel dirty.
I don't even need to say anything by this point, really.
No, you don't. But I will for you. I feel dirty. Car stuck in the ground. Fun.
That's probably the most soldiers you'll see in any one place, isn't it?
Trucks floating in the air. Yeah.
Oh god, he's got a sweetheart. He's gonna die!
I hate to say this, but everybody gets saved, everybody survives. You know.
Spoilers? Jesus!
Yeah, well, you know, every game has to have a happy ending.
No, they don't.
Aw.
Don't know where the hell you got that crazy idea from.
Because 99 games of all games produced out there have a happy ending due to developers going, well, we can't have a bad ending, we can't have the hero dying or anything.
Yeah, it's more interesting when that happens.
Thank you, Hollywood, for making the most predictable movies ever. I hate you, Hollywood. And immediately I jump for the weapon upgrades, and I push the wrong buttons.
Gimme, gimme, gimme! And now at least one person out there is thinking a man after midnight, I can guarantee it.
But I figured since I'm in the screen and I pushed the wrong buttons, then I might as well look and see what we got. Just for the heck of it.
That was something interesting I spotted.
Which was?
No, I'm not saying.
Well, I'll save it for the
anyone's-
next video.
Just see if anyone's smart enough to notice. Or,
Alright.
you know, hitting the rewind button.